Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Last we left off, we were exploring the Dalish camp. Let's see, we had explored some of the different gods. I didn't really check those, codexes as I collected them. But anyway, we were directed to speak with Sayrol.
We few wanderers greet you, Shemlin. We understand you are venturing into the haunted forest to save our brethren. I suspect your efforts may be in vain. An entire group of our hunters went into the forest to do as you intend, and they have not returned.
The Keeper mentioned that.
Then you are very brave to adventure into such a place, even knowing the danger that awaits. Your courage impresses us greatly.
Ooh, I don't like his sarcasm there. I must deal with the Blight. If I can help you, I will.
Nothing will help us now. Least of all, the meddling of an outsider.
You are being most unkind, Sayrol. Would you refuse our hunters' help simply because of the hand that offered it?
Shame, Meddling. I have allowed my bitterness to cloud my better judgment.
Yes, you have.
Grey Warden.
Nee.
It is most difficult to forget the lessons the Shemlin have taught us. Perhaps I can yet make amends. Stay while I spin a tale for our children. And then I will tell you of the forest if you desire.
Yes, I'd like that.
Come and join us then, all of you. Now, what say we tell the story of the fall of the Dales? Which of you children knows that best?
I
I think I do.
Yes? Then come, child. Oh, don't be frightened of the outsiders. Now, where do you suppose such a tale should begin?
When we were slaves?
Yes. Long ago, our people were slaves to an empire the Shemlin had built on the darkest magic. They took away our history and our language and left us nothing. And then that empire fell. We were freed.
Yay!
Because Andraste came with her army, and Shartan joined her.
Yes. Andraste, the Shemlin prophet, came out of the south and challenged the Tabinta Imperium. Our ancestor, Shartan, fought at her side. And when the rebellion came to an end, we were given a new homeland in the west, the Dales. We began to rebuild the culture and history we had lost in our years of slavery. We worshipped the creators, made the Dales our home.
You
Perhaps
talk a
know
lot,
what
don't
happened
you?
next, stranger? Do you know what happened to the Dales?
You started a war with us and lost. Something you think was unfair, no doubt. Enough! I don't like where this is going. No, I really couldn't stay. I'm gonna go with the first one. You started a war with us and lost.
We started the war, did we? And you, child, what do you believe happened to the Dales?
The Shemlin wouldn't let us be.
Indeed. They resented that we would not worship their maker, and they resented our ways because they were so different from their own. The Shemlin nations grew cold towards the Dales. They called us blasphemers and tyrants, and declared war upon us. A great crusade.
Yeah, they do kind of, hand feed you a particular lecture here in this game. Not every human felt that way, I'm sure.
And which is worse? The actions of those who believed they were right, or the inaction of those who knew they were wrong? Oh, I am certain we played a part in our downfall. We believed that the Shemlin would not revoke their prophet's gift so lightly. We were wrong. They took our lands, forcing us to abandon our gods and live as beggars in Shemlin cities. But there were those of us who refused to abandon our ways. They emblazoned the symbols of the creators upon their flesh and vowed to keep their ancient lore alive.
That's us. That's the Dalish.
Indeed, child. We chose to wander, homeless, rather than be ruled by the Shemlin. And all our clans wander alone until the day we have a homeland once more.
And we bring the old ways back to our people, because they have forgotten it all.
For we are the Dalish. The keepers of the lost law.
The walkers of the lonely path.
We are the Elvenar, and never again shall we submit.
And that is the tale of the Dales, stranger. Thank you for allowing us to tell it to you.
Yeah, that was incredibly condescending and sneering and all of that fun stuff. They have a valid point, and I agree, but I don't know. I don't want to make the tone argument. Thank you. I enjoyed it very much.
Perhaps one day you will tell us a tale of your people. A day when you are not guest and stranger, but savior. Now, as I said I would, I can tell you what I know of the Brazilian forest. Do you wish to hear it?
Oh, good thing his attitude turned around. And actually, if you play as a Dalish origin, you get a lot more background as to why he's so bitter and resentful and nasty to any outsiders. It has to do with, I think, his wife having been killed by I think it's the werewolf curse, but can't be sure. Anyway, yes, tell me of the forest.
Our legends say that before the Shemlin came, the Brazilian forest was a place of our ancestors that predated even our oldest homeland. The people of the Imperium came here and gave the forest its name. If they found traces of our ancestors, we cannot say. If they did, those elves were slain or enslaved. We know only that a great many battles were fought here. These trees grow upon the graves of those who fell, Shemlin and elves both.
And those battles tore the veil.
Indeed. Very wise of you. There was so much death, the veil into the beyond was torn. The Shemlin know the beyond as the Fade, the place of dreams and spirits. When the veil is torn, spirits pass into our world freely. The legends say that one great spirit possessed the wolf that became Witherfang, who passed its curse of rage onto men and created werewolves.
This Witherfang still exists today?
So Zathrian insists. He says that Witherfang does not age as the werewolves do. Witherfang is as much spirit as it is beast, thus it is immortal. Perhaps it cannot even be slain. At the very least, it is old and powerful, much as Zathrian himself.
Interesting comparison there. So, there are many spirits in the forest.
The forest is said to be haunted. Spirits possess the trees, the wolves, even the bodies of the dead. They yearn for true life, you see.
There were battles in the forest?
Who can say what value the Imperium placed on this land? And how many elves died here? In slavery. Even the barbarians, who came to overthrow the Imperium, fought and died on this soil.
How many werewolves are there?
No one knows. When the Shemlin lived in these parts, the curse would spread anew to a few of them with each passing year. They would run off into the forest, never to be seen again. Eventually, all the Shemlin left. One assumes the werewolves survive by passing their curse to their offspring. They have had no new blood. Until now, that is.
Have the hunters become werewolves?
It is said that one or two have turned already, though the Keeper denies it. As for the rest, they will either die or turn. Unless they are killed out of mercy. I would rather die than become a ravening, soulless beast. Wouldn't you?
That's all I need to know.
One last warning. The forest is like a thing alive. It changes as it wills, closing paths behind you and opening up new ones. Too many have become lost within, unable to find their way out. Were I you, I would endeavor not to make the forest my enemy.
And that's really not true. The maps don't change. They just have one really particularly confusing area. And I'm going to stand on this bench and be taller than all of you. Anyway, so yeah, a bit of background there. But hey, excuse me, Alistair. Let's have a chat with this young lad.
Hello?
that we're apparently going to approach from behind, and no wonder he sounds nervous. There's no need to be afraid of me.
Of course. I'm very sorry. It's just that we don't get many visitors. Like you, I mean. Of your kind.
She crosses her arms there. Of my kind?
I didn't mean it like that. Can we start over?
Poor young guy.
I'm Kamen, a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter.
Why can't you?
I shouldn't be talking about this to an outsider. You wouldn't understand.
Try me. I might surprise you.
I suppose there's no harm in it. It's not like you can help me. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of the beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but...
Why are you
I was
talking?
forbidden to enter because
Oh.
of the attack.
You're moving to the side.
The real problem is Gaina.
I see. Who's Gaina?
She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gaina will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
There must be some way to solve your problem.
You think I haven't thought about this? There's nothing I can do.
Perhaps I could talk to Gaina for you.
I suppose you could, but what good would that do? The situation hasn't changed.
I can be pretty persuasive.
Really? I'm willing to try anything.
It can't hurt.
Cyranas, oh ma Cyranas, I will pray to the goddess of love that you are successful.
You go ahead and do the praying thing. I'm gonna have a chat with Gaina. There's actually an option here to either seduce or sleep with one or the other of these, depending on your gender. These two elves, but that's kind of cruel. I'm not gonna do that.
Andiran Atishan, outsider.
You are Gaina, correct? Kamen mentioned you.
You spoke to him? What did he say?
You can be, and this is one of the ways that you can get her to, you know, said you were cruel and he hates you. If he was lucky, he would bed you soon, blah, blah. Anyway, he said that you refused to give him your hand.
Oh. I don't expect an outsider to understand our ways, but I just can't bond with Kamen. He's been a hunter apprentice for over 2 years now, and he's yet to slay a proper beast. Each time he's tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
If you love him, it doesn't matter what he is, does it?
But what if he never becomes a proper hunter? What will become of our family?
If you love him, then believe in him and help him succeed.
Oh, you are right. I have made poor Kamen miserable. No wonder he cannot complete his hunt.
Outside of the...
Masiranas, thank you. You have helped me put this into perspective. I will go and speak to Kamen.
Outside of the whole law, the rule against leaving the camp right now. Yeah, sure, it's your
I
fault.
have been a fool.
Gaina? What do you mean? Have you changed your mind?
I have. The outsider has helped me to see that I was wrong. I have made you miserable, and I should not have.
But what about my hunt?
I don't care about that. I know you will pass your hunt in time, and we will be happy. Us and our children.
Thank you, Gaina. You've made me a happy man. I feel blessed by the gods today.
Aw, very sweet.
We are both very grateful for the part you've played in bringing us together.
How marvelous you are. I am so happy.
Does anyone else feel the urge to vomit? No? Tis just me?
Here, Take this.
Oh,
It's been in
Morgan.
my family for a very long time, but I hope it plays some part in your battle against the Darkspawn. It's the very least we could do.
Morgan disapproves. I am not surprised. And we received the book, The Tale of Ilorin? Ilorin? Well, so she's down to 45. Oh no, however will I live with her disapproval? I have no idea. How will I ever... Anyway. Let's see. There is someone else that I want to talk to in camp. Probably even a couple more people. But one of them is right here. Hello, Athras.
Andera Natishan, stranger. I am Athos. I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
I don't mind. I understand.
That is very generous of you. Most would assume we are unkind as a rule, and that is not the case. Especially not to a Grey Warden. But we have lost much, and it is easy to forget simple niceties at such a time. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
Forbidden you?
We are banned from entering the forest now. I have more cause than most, but I will not disobey my keeper.
Why do you want to enter the forest?
That is a tale I am not sure I should tell an outsider. Surely you have greater concerns than my problems, stranger.
Please, I'd like to hear about it.
It's odd to talk so freely with a stranger, but perhaps you can help me. My wife Dalish and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Dalish is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her. If I could just know if Dalish is alive, or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
I will seek her out in the forest.
I have an amulet made by our craftsman. It's not much, but I would be happy to give it to you in return for any news.
Quest! Very... Don't get stuck on or rocks. And... let's speak with this man over here.
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Verathorn. I think I just used too much heat.
That's what she
You're
said.
not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Verathorn.
That's what he
And so
said.
they should. Truly, the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need?
I can't be the only one to have heard the innuendo in that conversation. Oh, my mind is in the gutter. What exactly do you make here?
I'm the clan's craftsmaster. It's my responsibility to learn what I can of the ancient elven arts of shaping wood and ore. In truth, we Dalish know little of the art compared to what we once did. And even what we know has taken us many lifetimes to achieve. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel but far lighter. It grows only in this forest. Ironbark. The keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our finest crafts for years to come.
What if I found some ironbark for you?
I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. It is blue and very distinctive. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from age. Now, if you find some, bring it to me, and I will craft it for you.
Very well, I'll take a look when I'm in the forest.
That would please me, so long as our hunters come first.
Of course, of course. In the meantime, I would like to barter with you.
I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
And this is actually... oh, there are some things that were added to his inventory, actually, thanks to the mods that I've got. But if you are a big crafting person, this will be one of your big stops. acidic coating recipe? Nah. Because outside of what that was modded in, this is actually, even in the vanilla version, the unmodded version of Dragon Age, your best supply of toxin extract, death root, and of course elf root. They come in unlimited stacks, so if you ever want to really spam anything that includes these 3 particular items, this would be where you would pick it up. And they're relatively inexpensive, so good, it works out in the favor. But in the meantime, I always enjoy adding to my, well, I should probably sell some stuff too. You know, I don't know why. I don't need these. I should probably store some of these arrows too. And these. I'm not gonna use them. I know this is so entertaining to watch, right? Still? Right? I should probably make a stop up at the black on the collar. I don't need that. And well, that's not that one. Anyway, good place to stock up on a lot of different supplies, actually. Can't ever have too many health potions, or poultices. Poultice! And it's always good to have injury kits, of course. And lyrium potions. But anyway, so. New quest, rare iron bark, and I think on that note, I'm going to cut the video off here, and when we return, we're going to head out of the camp and finally help to see what we can do to track down these lost hunters and possibly take down Witherfang. Hope to see you next time, folks.